don't you ever get bored? Now, there's no answer to that sort of question, because every time I drive along this road, it is different. All the people I meet are different, and in doing so, it all adds colour to my life.
But people are looking, I think, for this type of lifestyle now, and so we're finding that people are coming here, not necessarily to retire, but younger folks as well, to begin a new kind of life in an island such as Jura.
This is one of the earliest crofting townships on Jura, and this is the township of Keels, and these are some of the earliest houses in the township. You can see a lot of ruins as well. There's a lot of ruins in these bushes here, and these are some of the earliest ruins. All of these houses would have had thatched roofs at one time, and the roofs in these houses were some of the earliest known cruck frame structures known in Scotland for the building of these kind of cottages. This is a round house, and again this would have had a thatched roof and would have had a hole in the top of the roof. There would have been a peat fire in the house, and the smoke would have gone through the top of the roof. There would have been probably about 100 people, possibly more, in the Crofton township of Keels.
And what about now?
Now we have, there's five occupied houses and a couple of holiday houses in the township.
And how big were the crofts?
The crofts, the largest croft is probably about 23 acres, and the smaller ones 5 or 6 acres.
And what about now?
That's now, that's present day. It probably hasn't changed that much. None of the size of the crofts hasn't changed over the years. Some lay dormant for a number of years, but that's recently been brought back, and these dormant crofts have been handed out to new young people on the island to set up crofts of their own.
Jura has been much better than most islands, and in fact we have a number of young lads who in fact have got girlfriends or wives and who are building their own houses here now because they can't afford any house coming on the market now. It's far too expensive, and so but they're getting crofts, and they're building houses on the crofts, and for which they are getting loans or subsidies. So there's been quite a move that way, and we have a number of houses going up now because of that, and that's great. It does mean there is some future.
One of the benefits of the Crofters Commission identifying these dormant crofts and allocating them to younger people on the island is that when it's a bare land croft, there's an absolute right to build a house on it. So these youngsters have been able now to build a house where before you would never have got planning. The fact that it's a dormant croft gives an absolute right to build, although you still must abide by the planning issues in order to put up a structure. That's brought a lot of youngsters back into the island, and it's allowed them the opportunity to build where that would never have happened before.
We have a primary school here with 16, 17 children, that's the school population. And when they come to the age of 11, 12, they all go over to the high school in Bamore, where they have an excellent education, some up to 6-year standards. Those who achieve well go on to college, further education, university. Others prefer to stay around the island, either work in Isla, maybe an apprenticeship scheme or something like that. We have the care home being developed just now, so we have some local boys working on that. We have one lad who in fact wants to be a shepherd, that's his ambition, but his father has told him that if you can mend a tractor as well as be a shepherd, that's a bonus. So he's actually doing an apprenticeship over in Isla just now, an agricultural engineering apprenticeship. But his great desire is to actually be a shepherd. So if he's a shepherd that can mend tractors, he's got it made.
More in demand.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the local children would prefer to work here, but it's not always possible. But what the trend seems to be some of the young folk are returning to the island, maybe gone off to do apprenticeship on the mainland, work in a particular sphere, come back here and either seek to establish a business themselves, with funding obviously, or become involved in some of the projects that are going on at the moment. House building is very much to the forefront, both in Keels, in the Chrome, and of course the care home as well, here in Craighouse. So these are all areas where the young folk can work, develop skills, and so forth.
Distillery's probably the biggest full-time employer on the island. We have, at the moment in time, I think we have 12 full-time employees and 3 part-time. There's sort of 11 of us work in the distillery, and there's 2 girls who work in the shop and take tours around, and we have another 2 people who look after the lodge, which is the accommodation we have, just been converted to the accommodation next door. And we also have a couple of folks who come in to prepare meals and things as well, so there's quite a big connection there. But also we take about 5,000 people a year come to visit the distillery now, so that's for guided tours, and hopefully they'll use the hotel and maybe come and stay and spend a bit of money on the island as well. So there's a big connection to that as well. Plus, you know, we try and support local businesses when we can as well. So it plays a huge part in the island life, yes.
The distilleries are extraordinarily important, not just for the number of jobs it creates, but also it keeps our ferry going to the neighbouring island of Isla. The ferry is not a viable proposition really on a normal basis, and the fact that it gets a lot of distillery traffic is totally vital.
The ferry, everything I receive other than frozen food is delivered to the ferry, doesn't get brought to the shop. So unlike everywhere on Isla, in most shops they get deliveries, I have to actually go and collect the stuff. So I've got to make sure that I'm there, spot on time, waiting for them. They won't wait for me. And every day I go down, like Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays is for bread and milk. Tuesdays is for fruit and vegetables. Fridays fruit and vegetables. Wednesday is chilled food.
Hard to remember them all.
Yeah, and Thursday I go across to Isla to the warehouse and pick up my general groceries that come from Spa. So Saturday and Sunday are the only days that I don't go to the ferry.
So Steve, your car's from Australia?
The van, yeah. Well, the conversion on the back's from Australia. It's a Fiat front, but the specialised body's from Australia. It's called a Razorback.
We'll have a look at it later, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Is he coming with us, or?
Well, I said, is he going to get locked in? To go get him.
Yeah, you better get him.
You want to come?
Now, what happens if your customers come back at 2 o'clock?
Well, Maya, who works for me, in theory should be here at about 10 to 2, 5 to 2 to open up, and she'll be there, but I've had to give her 2 keys. She originally only had 1 and I kept locking the wrong one. So there's been times when I've come back from the ferry and there's been people all stood out here because I couldn't get into the shop.
and thank God it wasn't raining.
Oh, it was.
Oh. And over your shoulder is Kalila.
Kalila, you did that on purpose. Kalila, and that's not even the Scottish way of saying it, that's the Yorkshire way of saying it.
Oh, is it?
But the pronunciation's the same. And I don't know if there's any cars. Did you notice if there are any cars on this ferry?
I don't know.
Yes, there are, so it gives us a little bit longer.
Okay.
But as soon as that ramp starts to get down, I'm going to have to rush and get on it.
Okay, I'll let you hop in the van.
Right, thank you. Oh, let go, let go, let go. Yeah, but what happens if the wind gets up and you don't sail? No, no.
Well, it's up to you. It's just a chance instead of going away.
Yeah, but if you don't sail at 11 o'clock... Yeah, but if you don't sail at 11 o'clock, I'm knackered. Yeah, but I have to go. Whoa, 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 whoa. No. Is that mine? It's mine. Which is that? That's mine. So it's all mixed up. Yeah, but what happens if you don't sail? The whole trip's knackered if I can't get across. So. All right, thank you. Bye bye. 9 till 5 Monday to Friday, and 9 till 4:30 on a Saturday. Closed 1 hour for lunch, 1 till 2. It's shopkeeping as it should be. It tried to be old-fashioned. It's like all this 24-hour shopping and things. People get lazy and the shops are running to the customer when really people should just work around each other and all try and help each other. You can't work 24 hours if you're a single business, a small business. So people should appreciate that, and they do. People on Jura are fine. You get the odd person that will come knocking at 1 o'clock in the morning wanting to top up the mobile phone or asking for a bottle of whiskey or something. But
well, I love living here. The only thing is we have 4 children on the mainland, and I think my wife and I at times we miss the family. But the family love coming here, especially in the summer. We have grandchildren too, so they all come over, and it doesn't make it just so remote. But the month of November has been horrendous from a point of view of weather, and I think everyone's spirit's a bit down. But that will pass, obviously, as we approach Christmas. But we've been here for 3.5 years, and I hope, God willing, I can be here for a good bit longer.
Time to close up.
Okay.
And is this a ritual every night?
It is. Pure routines. So that's it. Close up. See you tomorrow.